Did you meet Colton?
Yes, I did. He's quite rude. And how do you know him?
He's a particularly angry diesel. I met him in 1956. Me and him were friends until last year.
What happened last year?
There's a fire at Thurman Industrial and it burnt down.
What?
What I heard was that he was purchased by the kid until 1965. It was the same year he was renumbered to 1200.
Why did Alco build him anyway?
The accident happened before Thurman Industrial was Rock City Lines in Flint Ridge Bakersfield property. The Southern Pacific relinquished it to the Rock City Lines in order to avoid a lawsuit from Thurman Industrial employees.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, well, I best be going on, Zach. It's already been about bad enough that management's passed.
And I better get going before I have to deal with. What are you doing just standing there? Get a move on! Oh great, if it isn't Greenman himself. Making yet another one of your occasional visit again, aren't you? That is none of your concern. Alright, I'm going now.
This might be a good time to explain what this has agreement is doing here. Over the past few months, the U.S. Navy on some occasions would stop at Thurman's Harbor to restock on supplies. This is where Greenman Industrial comes into this. Greenman Industrial is a munitions factory which got blown up in 1994 due to some fuel tankers which either contained chemicals, diesel fuel, or ethanol, ended up leaking. Unfortunately, the employees who worked at Thurman Industrial had to be transferred elsewhere. The good news about it was that a man named Fred Thurman proposed to be rebuilt. The rebuilding project took months to complete. It was now a munitions factory. These jobs were labor intensive. The good part about it was how much money the Rock City Lines of Flint Ridge and Bakersfield received from this. Who's been switching to Ford Atlas?
I know. I haven't talked to him before. I've seen his behavior towards Alan earlier today. He was quite brash towards him.
Yes, quite.
I tried to drop off some cars earlier at Fort Atlas, and boy, was he rude.
I also had quite a conversation with him. He berated me over placing the 6 RFL music guards on the fifth siding, stating that the fifth siding was for a freight train for trips. So far, Fort Atlas is quite a mess.
Not only that, when I was heading to Fort Atlas, I was supposed to be taking some empty hoppers down to the salt mine down in northwestern Ohio.
We have a salt mine?
Yes, Tyler, we do.
I do not know that, Tyler.
Anyways, Tyler probably didn't know about it, and as I was saying, Colton kept saying how I had the wrong hoppers and how those hoppers were for Paisley.
What time were you at Fort Atlas?
Around 1:35.
It was like 1:30, and I see this FEF in ground colors pass by when I was in Carlton Yards.
The FES number 816?
Yeah?
Then that's Paisley.
Like before, he claimed I was crazy and all that.
And I think we need to ask Andrew about Colton.
Why, Andrew?
Well, do you want to go looking through 11 states just to find Scout?
You have a fair point, but where is Andrew anyways?
There's nothing back. Tell the night of San Leland. This might be a good time to describe who this Greenman is. Let's just say he's this vicious back superior. The good news is that he doesn't visit often. The bad news is that when he visits, he acts like a total tyrant. Fortunately, not all the railroads and the Rock City Lines get along with each other, but that's a different story.
Just wow.
What?
For the time it's taken you, I've managed to get 3 trains ready.
How's that feel about passing out?
Look, I've wasted my time enough with you.
Stupid for that.
Big black train, big black train. I'm sitting in this big black train, leaving the town that drove me insane, and now I'm heading for the countryside. Friends are waiting there for me, and everything will be okay. I'm dreaming as the train rolls through the night. Big black train, carry me home. Hey, big black train, I've been away too long. I'm a country boy who moved to town for a girl who was slipping around, and now I'm glad I'm on the way back home. Big black train, big black train. This big town has too many cars, neon lights and fancy bars. You couldn't even see the stars at night. And my baby came home every night, drunk as hell and eager to fight. Her lipstick told you she ain't doing right. Big black train, carry me home. Hey, big black train, I've been away too long. I'm a country boy who moved to town for a girl who was slipping around, and now I'm heading for the countryside. So I'm sitting in this big black train, leaving the town that drove me insane, and now I'm heading for the countryside.
Did you meet the new switcher at Fort Atlas?
Colton, hate him more than ever. He's worse than I've ever seen him.
Wait, you knew him?
Yeah, I met him in 1968. He was not only sent back to the southern Pacific temporarily, the Cannonsville had agreed that Colton could transfer between Cannonsville and southern Pacific yards, and became a permanent resident of the Cannonsville like around 1975. Is actually one of the rudest engines ever. Not only that, he's so slow nowadays. In fact, we have a clue why he was transferred to Fort Atlas.
Huh, wow, that's crazy. I wonder what he's up to.
He was probably up to his old tricks.
I can't stand him for that.
I agree that he's insufferable nowadays.
Yes, he is.
Well, Bernie, I'm going into the attic to rest. I'm feeling tired at the moment.
Alright, mate. See you later.
Frank, thank God you're here. I needed someone to talk to. What is it this time, Hunter? You know how there's a new shunter at Fort Atlas, and that an engine from the army has come to manage this yard? Not again. Also, remember the mess at Fort Atlas earlier? You mean how Colton derailed those coal-hoppers at the back of Paulie's train? Yep. And also that about this engine from the army. Let me guess, his name is Greenman. Wait, how'd you know? Everybody knows who that prat is. And speaking of which, attention! You, Franklin! First off, the name's Frank. And second, of all, what do you want? What are you still doing here? This train was meant to leave 5 minutes ago. No, it wasn't. And besides, the Richardsville daylight hasn't left yet. Can't you tell, Greenman? If I'm not mistaken, the Richardsville daylight should have left by now. And what is the hold-up? Well, why don't you find out yourself, you vicious brat? I'll have a word with your manager. After this, just you wait. Ha, I'd like to see you try. And what is he still doing here? Waiting for my next train? Well, your train was over at Fort Atlas an hour ago. Is it still there? What do you mean? Of course it's still there. It was supposed to be delivered to Rockford Junction an hour ago. Does it look like he can go anywhere? The Richardsville daylight has been held up for like an hour. One more word out of you, and it's going to be you on Kojaks for the rest of the month. You don't have any authority to tell Frank what to do. You're under my jurisdiction. You're to obey orders and await inspection. How about piss off, Pratt? You also don't tell me what to do. If you excuse me, old chap, I'll be on my merry way. Get back here at once. That is an order. Whatever. One day, Franklin, I'll show you what orders are all about.